Welcome everyone. Oh, I forgot. How unprofessional of me. There we go. Welcome everyone to a new updated episode where we are going to completely mod Skyrim, the latest version. I'm going to show you all of the things you need to know, and we're going to do this process together. We are updating the latest version currently on Steam. That is Anniversary Edition, and I'm going to show you a bunch of things. First, if you are new to the channel, you can subscribe, you can like the video. I will try and make those videos as clear as I can, and trust me when I tell you this, the more boring these are, the better, because I'm going to try to solve as many of your questions. If you are new to modding Skyrim, this video is for you. The reason why I made this video is because I have a specific plan. The very first goal why I make this guide, and this is the forest by the way, is that I want to create a perfectly stable game. Now, this is a Bethesda game. You can check the Fallout 4 update for instance.
And then you run wires that connect them all, and again, it just works.
Bethesda games will always crash. I am not Todd Howard, aka I'm not God, so you will always have to experience crashes. Sadly, my focus and #1 priority is to decrease the amount of crashes to the point where you might be getting a crash every 1 or 2 hours. So stability is #1 priority from this episode. The #2 reason is to make the game look lore friendly. I am not going to install bikini armor mods. I am not going to install some crazy out of character for the game stuff. I want to grab what the almighty Todd Howard offered with the original Skyrim and just build some things on that. Don't expect this mod list to make Skyrim look like full 4K and be like this Nolvus mod list and something crazy like that. Imagine we're trying to maintain the Skyrim's atmosphere while having some extra stuff. In other words, we are trying to have a minimalistic mod list. So here we have Skyrim, and before we mod our game, there is something very important we need to do. You want to click on Skyrim, go to Manage, and go to Browse Local Files. Now, your Skyrim is not going to look like this because I've put around 5 mods or so. How you can check which version of Skyrim you have. You will find the Skyrim executable. You will go to Properties, you will go to Details, and here is where you see the file version. This is important because every mod we are going to install, it's going to work specifically for this version. If you are going to download any mod that works for any other version, your game is going to be as broken as my English. That being said, how we mod Skyrim. First of all, what you need to do, I don't know from where you are coming from, but if you have modded Skyrim before and you want to do a fresh start, you want to open your mod manager. I use both mod organizer and vortex. For Skyrim I use vortex because I don't use that many mods really. I've installed those, as you can see, 5 hours ago, early this morning, as I was making this video, so all of these are new. What you need to do, you need to open your mod manager if you have one and select all of the mods you have and remove them. We want to do a full clean installation because I don't know what mods you had before. So once you do this, and I'm finishing here and we start modding after this, you go to Skyrim and you uninstall the game. If you feel like Todd Howard is not pleased by you, don't worry, because once you do this, you want to install Skyrim again. That is going to clear all of the weird data you might have from your previous mod list. And now let's wait for you to uninstall the game.
6.5 hours later.
Now, we have cleared our mod manager, we have cleared our local files, and we have uninstalled Skyrim and installed it. What you need to do next, you need to click play. The launcher will pop up like this. The reason why you want to do this is that by launching the game, we are getting 2 things. First, a window is gonna pop up where you will be able to download all of the Creation Club stuff you have. And by by also launching the game, you are going to have Skyrim generate the ini files necessary for modding the game. Now we can quit the game and we can start pumping some mods into the game. So here we are on Nexus and we're going to get the mods we need. The first mod we need is the Skyrim script extender. You need to go to files. Do you remember what I've told you in the start? We need to grab the one that works for our version. You grab this, you click mod manager download and you slow download this. Once you install it, you're gonna get a window here saying enable, and the thing you want to do once you install those very important core mods, do you see the deploy button over here? You want to click on that. There is many reasons why people prefer mod organizer for Skyrim, but sometimes with Vortex your mods will not be applied if you don't press this bad boy over here. The granddaddies of mods you need to grab is the Unofficial Skyrim. Every time again, if you are new, you want to go to the requirements and check this one. It doesn't have any requirements, so you go here, you click download with mod manager and you slow download. Don't forget to click deploy. We have the Unofficial Skyrim Creation Club content patches. I don't know what content you have from Anniversary Edition. No matter what you have, this is going to spot what you have installed into your game and it's going to do the same work the Unofficial patch is doing. Ignore those files because they are integrated into the main file. Now the next thing we need is the address library. This is one of those mods that your game cannot be modded without this. You go to the requirements and as you can see there is no requirements. You need to learn by Hobbit, did I say Hobbit? I meant to say habit, to read. The more you pay attention again to the mod pages, the requirements, you should be fine. I've done this 1,000 times, this process, so I can walk you around, but if you're on your own and you want to add some extra mods with what I'm doing, that's why I'm telling you this. You go to the files and here you will say spaghetti balls. Which one I'm installing, Kavou? Don't worry, hold your pants, because as you can see, the main file says that it is for special edition. The second file, however, it's for anniversary edition and it is updated for our version of the game. You will go to mod manager and you are going to download this. Once you finish downloading this, you are going on the same mod under the file section, you are going to scroll down and then we have those. And as you can see, the third file is for this version of Skyrim, the second file is for 1.97 and this file, the first file of the optional stuff, is what we need for our version. You are going to manually download this and I will do this process with you. Once it's done, you are going to extract this, its header file for anniversary edition. You are going to click on this, which is the extracted version, and you are going to grab this and copy paste it by Ctrl+C, open your Skyrim where your data and the launcher is and just grab and put it inside on your Skyrim. If you are new and what I've done was way too fast, you go to Steam, you go to manage and browse local files. You are going to put the extracted file in this and keep this window open because we're going to cook more stuff within this. This is engine fixes and this guys finally works for anniversary edition. You go to the requirements and look at this. It tells you that in order to install the engine fixes, a performance/stability mode that is going to help us with a lot of things. Engine fixes is what Salt is for a League player. You cannot have one without the other. We go to the files and here comes a bunch of different versions, and again this can be intimidating for someone who is new. We want to grab part 1 engine fixes for this version, which is the one we are using. Click mod manager download and download. If you don't have the Microsoft Visual whatever this longbow is, you can click it and download that. I have that, so I'm going to continue and slow download this. Now once you finish downloading this, it's not over because we go back to the files, we scroll all the way down, we need to go and grab the part 2 engine fixes over here, and we're going to do the exact same thing we've done for address library. We're going to manually download this and we're going to extract it again again with any program you have, and we're going to put this again inside Skyrim. Here is the part on the top left. You're going to open this and you're going to grab everything here. Open your Skyrim thingy-majiggy where the launcher is, and you're going to put everything inside. Another important mod we need to get is cutting room floor. It's going to add a bunch of removed content from Bethesda, and it's a fantastic mod. And again, if you go to the requirements, it tells you it needs the unofficial special edition patch which we have installed. Click mod manager download and download this, and I'm gonna do this with you. I'm going to tell you how to handle conflicts later on and how to deal with this as the video goes on, and we're going to enable it. You will click deploy, and this is going to deploy your mods. Now, something you need to do, you need a program that is called Loot, which is an optimization tool that is going to fix your load order. This is Loot. I will have the link down in the video description. You click on that, you download it, you extract it, and you open it. Once you open Loot, you don't need to install Loot inside your mod manager. Just have it outside anywhere you want, as long as you know where it is, because we are going to be using this all the time. I am going to open Loot, and if Loot doesn't spot your game, here on the top left you can select the games you have, and by clicking sort plugins, this is going to fix the load order for you. And as you can see, it tells you messages, active plugins, and all of that. Now, your game is not going to look like mine because we might have different creation club stuff, and I assume your game or your load order is gonna have a lot of yellow stuff, aka dirty plugins. So we need to fix that. You need to go to SSEdit. This is going to be a program just like Loot, and I'm going to show you how we use it. You need to go, as you can see, I have a very old version of this. You need to go and grab the latest version, manually download this, extract it, and have it open. Once you extract it and you open it, it's going to look like this. Don't be spooked because this is extremely easy to manage. Essentially, if you go to Loot, your update plugin or Downguard and most of the DLC and Creation Club will be labeled as yellow. So let's say we want to clear Update ESM. What you want to do is click on Update ESM, select nothing else, and click OK. This process now is going to take from between a minute or two or up to 5 and 10 minutes. Let the program cook, and I'm gonna tell you what we do after this.
Few moments later.
Alright, here we are, and as you can see, this is what you need to see, and once this is done, what you do, just like in real life, you close it, and it's going to automatically save the process. So if you open Loot and click sort plugins, you will notice that the update ESM we've just cleaned, it's normal. You have to repeat this process for everything that's yellow. We want to grab the engine fixes complete config. This is a new mode that is going to tweak some of the settings from engine fixes. For instance, if you get over 1,000 plugins, your game breaks on default, you can manually open the engine fixes and type and fix that, but why do that when you can just go to the files here and install this? So go here, click mod manager and download this. Once it's done, go and click deploy mods. I want to focus on fixing some of the graphics and also addressing something important, which again is a mix of stability, graphics, and lore friendliness. We are going to use, guys, community shaders. Let me scratch my butt really quick. The little joys in life, am I right? This mode did not work before and after the latest update on December. Community shaders finally works for Anniversary Edition. If you want to see how community shaders look in the game, I'm gonna show you right now actually. I will show you how our game will look like. There is a problem with graphical mods for the latest version of Anniversary Edition, and the problem is that because of the file called resources, which is a new thing that came with Skyrim, many of the non-graphical mods break the game. This is how the game looks with, again, community shaders and some of the stuff we have, as you can see. Everything is parallax, we have more dense grass, look at the textures. I haven't used any tree overhaul. I want Skyrim to look like this. I don't want Skyrim to be this 4K next gen game. I just want Skyrim to look better than it looked more than 10 years ago. This is for what we are going for. If you're someone who wants to turn Anniversary Edition into the Nullwoods modlist or something crazy like that, this is not the channel for this. I am going to focus on making Skyrim a much more role-friendly game, and look how beautiful this is. You don't need anything more. Imagine how this will look with a lighting mode, with some other, texture overhauls for clouds, for lot trees and things like that, but this is the idea of the game, guys. Let me show you how to set up community shaders and how to make it look the best it can possibly look. First of all, once you go to community shaders, you will scroll down and you will see a bunch of things. We need to grab auto parallax. The other two important mods, we have them installed. I do not use VR and you don't need this unless you are using VR. Here is the auto parallax and we need this because, let me explain this really quick. This is extremely important. What I'm going to do with the graphics, it's something that I sadly don't see more YouTubers talk about and address the issue. What you just saw before was 1K diffuse textures, some of them being 2K, so essentially I am using the same resolution as vanilla Skyrim, but with parallax, a texture that let's say is 500 or 1000 resolution, it looks as it will be 2 and 4K. So with parallax, we are actually abusing the graphics while make the game look as good as it can possibly look, while at the same time we will be able to keep a steady 60 FPS frame all the time. This is why parallax is so good, because we are doing that magic. You will go to files and you are going to click mod manager and you are going to download this. Once you finish downloading this, you will go back to community shaders, you will go to files and you are going to download this. Once we're done, we need to get a bunch of graphic mods to show you how cool the game can look. But before that, let's grab an extremely important mod, and this is Alternate Start Live Another Life. This mod has been updated for the latest version of Skyrim, and what it does, it lets you, as I've shown you, skip the whole introduction, so when we are modding our game, we can jump right through into the world and see how things work. On the requirements, again, you see we need unofficial patch to use this, which we already have. We need to go to the files and install the main file only, click mod manager and download. Once it's finished downloading, click deploy mods and then open loot and click sort plugins. If for some reason when you start your game you don't have alternate start playing, it's because the mod has not been deployed. Try reinstalling it, try clicking deploy, and it should be done. Let's go and grab landscape fixes for grass mods. Go to the files and download the main file over here. Only this one for now. I'm going to show you the mods you need to grab to make your game again be as stable as it can be while also looking the best. You want to go and grab the Sky King unique signs. We're going to use low resolution combined with parallax. It's not like everything is going to be 1K textures, those are easily 2K, but the majority of the Sky King's textures are using this super smart way of min-maxing the resolution to make your game more stable. Now before you install this, you will go to the requirements and you are going to grab and install this mod. It's the original mod, Sky King Signs, and Skyland is going to grab this later on and it's going to add the unique signs. Go to the files and install only the main file over here. Once you're done installing and downloading the mod, go back to Sky King unique signs to add more unique signs and you are going to grab again only the main file. You need to open the Sky King Soul Gems. Ignore the windows because this is covered to another of his mod that we are going to get. Go and grab the Skyland bits and bobs and and the Skyland animated meats, and now we are searching for the Skyland all-in-one. This is going to take a long time to be downloaded, guys. So first of all, you want to go to Skyland all-in-one and you want to download Skyland all-in-one. This is going to take a long time, but once you finish installing this, select all the options you can get, because this is going to apply the logic I've spoke about before of the 1K and 2K textures being diffused in a way where they will make your game very performance friendly, maintain the vanilla look while also giving you some insane visuals. Grab also the Sky King Soul Gems, then you want to go to Skyland Bits and Bobs, and this is going to include all of the club. By the way, Skyland all-in-one is consisting the windows and pretty much all of the mods Skyland has. This one is going to cover, as you can see, everything. It covers the workbenches as well, so again all of those mods will be combined together. I will recommend you to grab the performance version. We're going to leave those for later on the Ember spots, but for now let's grab and download the performance mode, and then let's also go and grab the Skyland animated meat and nail bottles and install that too. We need to grab the Skyland landscape complex Parallax. This is going to build on Skyland all-in-one that we've just installed by adding a nice parallax look on the textures, giving you the illusion that things are on 3D. You want to install this as well. Let's fix some things with the game. First of all, we're going to get Skyrim Priority. There is a way where when you launch Skyrim you can go to your task manager and give priority to your CPU, but unless you want to do this manually every time, just go and grab this mode. There is the main file over here, and if you plan to play Oblivion, it's kinda cool. There is also this option here, but without this we're going to lose frames, have stutter, and this fixes everything. I am going to download this with you, and to install this we need script extender, which we have it downloaded. Ignore this, I had this installed before, and here we go.
Here we go!
Here we have another mod called Lighten Skyrim, and you might say, Kavou, this is crazy, you want to lighten Skyrim? Trust me, with this mod you will not notice a difference. You are going to get FPS from all over the place by stuff you would never notice in your life. Again, stability and performance, guys, this is what we need. You can see the requirements here, and have we installed the landscape fixes? I am not sure, let's go and check this out. This is again how important is going to the requirements and reading those. So here we have the Skyrim landscape and water fixes. As you can see, we have the unofficial special edition. We're gonna go ahead and grab this, and oh boy, there has been an update for this. When you are going to have over 500 mods, those small performance friendly mods is exactly what you need. The 4 mod installer, I am going to click this one. I do own this one, so I don't know if you have this, but I'm going to click on it. If you have the alternative armors on CC, you can click this. Here we have Kako, which is a very important mod actually. This is what Kako is. It's one of the coolest mods. It keeps getting updates. I will recommend you to go again to the complete alchemy and cooking overhaul, and I'm gonna go ahead here and do this with you because that's a nice way to mod the game. I'm gonna go ahead and click this and install Kako. Go ahead and grab only the main file and install it. This is a nice way to go through stuff. Anniversary edition CC content, grab the ones you have. We have this one, the landscape fixes for grass mods. We have installed this one. Lanterns of Skyrim 2, we need to grab this as well. This is an extremely important mod that is going to enhance Skyrim. Go to the files and install this as well. We need to also grab the Navigator. Let's go for the ESL file, and with that being said, that's pretty much it. And we need to grab also SMIM too, and also grab the Parallax stuff too. Before you click finish, we need to go to Navigator. This is going to fix a bunch of nave messes in Skyrim. Let's also go to static mesh improvement, and let's install this one as well. So the first thing you want to get is the static mesh improvement mod. Go ahead and install that. Let's go to the static mesh improvement quality add-on and install that too. And let's also grab the static mesh improvement mod of improvement mod. I know it sounds funny, but all of those will improve the vanilla textures and the stuff we have already installed. This is pretty much it. Let's click finish and we have installed the landscape and water fixes. This is going to fix a lot of stuff and problems with the water, grass and all of that type of stuff. Once we install the Navigator, we need to make sure to select the ESL files. And if you see the missing masters here, don't worry because we are installing those as I am making this video, so this will go away. We came here to install Lightning Skyrim. Let's also go ahead and grab the main file over here. We have required all of the Exodia pieces, all of the requirements, and this is gonna take a while, so I am going to do this process with you.
An eternity later.
We're back. Let's install Kavou first, and as you can see, when you install this, you always want to go for the version we are using. I don't know what the clean texture is, but it sounds good, so I'm gonna grab this and install it. Let's enable it and let's install Lanterns of Skyrim. And as you can see here, the Kavou is gone from the missing masters. That's what will happen once we get all of those working. I am not going to grab any of those. Anything that adds NPCs in Skyrim in the world, you should always avoid that. So we skip all of that. I'm just explaining sometimes so you guys can get what is going in my head. I haven't installed SMIM yet, but we have it being downloaded. I am not going to grab any of those. And again, my point is to leave everything to play as Skyrim would, but to make it look better. And there is the Skyrim Bridges patch, which I kinda want to get. So this is the mod. It's going to add a bunch of badass bridges in the game. I am sorry if I'm going back and forth, if it's a little bit chaotic, but that's what we should do when it comes to modding Skyrim. Now, from the files, you want to grab the main file and then grab this file too. That being said, this is it, and click finish. We need to install those with a specific line so we don't mess up the game. First off, we're going to get SMIM, which is the main file on the top. Let's install this first and wait for it. So let's go ahead and install everything and click enable. Now you see the conflicts. You want to go here and click show, and what you need to do here, don't be afraid, you need to always adjust the latest mod you installed. Don't go here and start clicking the question marks. The last mod we've installed was the SMIM, which is, as you can see here, this is the only one we need to alter. Click to the question marks and go for the suggested options. As you can see here, we don't have a suggested path. What you do when you don't have a suggested path, you always click before. It's going to fix that. Do it like this, click save, and as you can see, that should do it. Let's go ahead and install the improvement mode and also the quality mode. It doesn't really matter as much, get both of those. We have the quality add-on. I am not going to install the dynamic things alternative. It is a great mod, but again, we want to make this as minimalistic as possible. Enable those and let's go and grab the quality add-on, the Navigator collection. So here we have the GK Palace of Kings. Go ahead and install this. It's going to overhaul the Palace of Kings. And also, let's go and install Skyrim Sewers. It's going to add a little bit of New York into your Skyrim, if you know what I mean. Let's install Lighting Skyrim. I am using USSCP all-in-one. We have this installed. We have all of the requirements again. Install the bridges, the cutting room patch for bridges, enable all of those, the Palace of Kings, and we're going to fix the unsolved conflicts together, so don't worry about that. After this, I am going to sort the lot order. I will put few more mods into the game, and call it an episode. Let's go here. So the latest mod we've installed was the quality add-on, which is why it's important to install mods one by one. I've done this a million times, so for me this is an average Monday's evening. Again, you don't see anything here, always go before, this always works, and as you can see, that's fixed it. Oh, we've installed the static mesh improvement mod, so this is the latest one we've added. Go here, click after, save, and this is gone. Click deploy mods. After installing everything, we are back. I am going to launch load so I can figure out my load order and see if there is any problem. I'm clicking sort plugins, and ooga booga, here you see the errors. We are going to scroll down and see what's up. First of all, we need the mod configuration menu. Go and click mod manager and install that. I'm an idiot, guys. I have installed the Naviator patch collection. Let's remove this and let's install the nave mesh fixes, and that was the issue. Go to the Navigator nave mesh fixes and download the main file. There are so many mods with so many different names that sometimes those things happen. It happens to the best families. Install this. Do you remember when we've installed the landscape fixes? You want to grab the ESL, and that is going to include everything. I have Sander and Wraith card. Oh, Vigilant. I guess we need to install Vigilant now as well. Let's go to Vigilant. If you go to the requirements, we need the Fusroda, which is going to fix some of the silent dialogues by adding some stuff, and you want to go and grab the main file. Go also and install Vigilant. Oh, by the way, on this one, we're going to click Vigilant and we're going to finish the Navigator. Let's install Vigilant and also grab the high res pack and the lost textures, and we are going to install all of those. After this, we are launching the game unless we get a patch that says otherwise. Again, the Vigilant is gonna take some time to be cooked, so once the downloading will be finished, we're going to launch loot again, fix all of the issues, and launch the game.
2 hours later.
Vigilant is installed. Don't forget, if you have any questions you want to ask, type it down in the comment section. Also, don't forget to leave a like or subscribe if you want to see more. I love those modding series, and again, I will try and do my best and answer as many questions you guys have. The format of those videos might not be the best, so let me know how I could maybe improve those. So let's select English. Let's go like this. I am going to click deploy mods. I am going to launch loot, and as you can see, everything is perfect now. It was a mistake on my part. Let's go ahead and launch Skyrim, and if we find any issue right now, we can always fix. If you get any weird messages here, probably because of engine fixes or address library or one of those things not working properly. So let's click new game, and because we have the alternate start, we're going to spawn outside of the main quest. That means we can select any place we want to go. Look at those beautiful vanilla textures. And as you can see, the static mesh improvement. When you mod your game, you should always do this on every single mod you install, just to be sure. And look at this. The FPS is great, the stability and all. I mean, we don't have that many mods anyway, but this is how I want the game to run after we finish this series. I don't know how many episodes it's going to take, but I want this to play like that. Everything just works, guys. I am going to grab few more mods and I'm going to call it an episode. Let's go ahead and grab RASS, which is a better, more performance friendly wet and cold, which is going to add a bunch of effects. When you go to the requirements, we need to get the spell perk distributor, which is a very important mod. And if you go to the spell perk item distributor, we need the power of 3 tweaks. Only needs address library, so again, this should be fine and it should work for the anniversary version we have, as you can see. So go ahead here and install all of those mods, and let's also grab RASS as well. Here is Azurite Weathers and Seasons, and I love this mod because it's built to work with community shaders in mind. So this is the perfect weather mode to have for community shaders, and it's amazing when it comes to performance. So we're gonna go and grab the second file and install. Lastly, let's grab the enhanced blood textures textures and you want to grab the light version. Do not grab the main version because it is not very good when it comes to performance and it's going to cause issues. Also grab the no screen blood because I don't really like it this much. Personal preference, if I may. And last mod we're going to get, unless something else happens, is footprints, which is going to add footprints in the game. Only install the main file. Everything is installed. Make sure to install the Vigilant textures. Click enable all. Go to more, and as you can see, the last mods we've installed is Azurite Weathers, so go here and go for the suggested path, and we've also installed the English add-on. Save it and that should do it. Click deploy mods, go to your loot, and now sort your plugins to check the load order. There is no messages or errors. Always make a new save file. Don't go and load the previous one because you should never load a game that has new mods inside. And let's go ahead and check again how things work. I love the graphics, guys, they look really nice. For those who are wondering why we haven't installed Noble Skyrim, it's because Noble Skyrim does not work for Anniversary Edition. Sadly, again, this is what happens when Bethesda keeps breaking their games more with their updates than actually fixing them. I could yap about this all day, and look at the weather. I mean, once we've put some lighting mods, it will look better, but look at this, guys. This looks absolutely gorgeous. Like, look at that. Let me check how everything looks later on. I love how this dragon was there for like 10 hours waiting for us. Look at this. This is, oh my god, this is beautiful. Again, that's how I want Skyrim to look like. You've got a taste for what we are going for. A minimalistic type of version that we're going to fix a bunch of stuff. We have few graphic mods that I would like to install probably at some other episode, but just look at that, guys. Compare the vanilla Skyrim, which is this, I guess, but there it is. We're using the vanilla water because it looks beautiful. We don't need any other water. We're using community shaders that enhances the Skyland Textures, and everything is going to run at 60 FPS. Let's go to Whiterun. I am keeping the vanilla grass. Maybe we should install happy little trees. I'm not sure. I like the vanilla trees, guys. Color me wrong, I'm not sure, but just look at this, guys. I've seen so many people trying to alter the grass in Skyrim. This is the vanilla grass and it looks beautiful. You don't need grass overhauls. Even the trees look nice, but maybe I am going to get again a tree mod because I think happy little trees add up to the Skyrim. Hello there, little fellow. It looks great, guys. This is again Azurite Weather combined with community shaders and all of the Skyland stuff I like to use. The game is very much stable. I'm gonna play like this and explore. And again, if you want to see more of that, feel free to leave a like, support the channel by commenting down anything below, subscribe, and again, the idea as I'm closing this video is to remind you that we are trying to make this game to crash. Yep, that's when you try to run because Ayla is going to roast me again. I forgot what I was yapping about, but that's it, guys. This is the episode. I'm very sure I can play for an hour or two without having any crashes, and I really want to keep it that way. The roads, as you can see here, is from Skyland. I prefer the dirt on roads. That's my generic character over here. I'll see you next time. Stay sharp and happy modding.